Are you going to sit on my lap the whole time? Is that your game plan? If you're going to sit on my lap, that is okay. But yes, it is. How's your day going, buddy? How's your day going? Oh, did I find a spot that's good? Oh, did I find a good spot? Oh, yes. Happy kitty. Happy kitty. Oh, go ahead. Keep licking yourself. Oh, she's a happy kitty. I wish I could point the camera down. This way you guys could see. Is your happy kitty? Is your very happy kitty? Is your very, very happy kitty? Oh, okay. We need to turn off that. There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Hi. All right, Dad's gotta do some stuff, okay? Yes, he does. All right, so we're gonna have some fun here. Wonder if I can find a way to get music to go out like to a specific string. All right. What we're gonna do, what we're gonna do is we're going to. Oh, goodbye. Bye bye. There's nothing of value in that. If you want to eat my chicken and rice, I'm okay with that. Enjoy that rice. There's a little bit of chicken left. Are you needing with happiness that you're gonna eat chicken and rice? Okay. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, my boy. All right, so we need VirtualBox to cooperate. Well, that one's not needed. Here we go. All right. It is just a lazy Sunday. It's also the only day off I have this week. It's the only day I have off this week. So this is gonna be fun because yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start up a new VM. Lazy. Hello, Snow Mist. You disappeared from group chat last night. We missed you. You were just gone. Did you enjoy the spam of plenty of Facebook Reels? I think is that what they call it? Facebook Reels? Whatever. The Facebook Shorts. Did you enjoy the spam of Facebook Shorts? Why my algorithm has so many things related to things that you shouldn't put in your body. I do not know. that one baffled me. I was like, this doesn't seem why am I getting this stuff? This is not I don't use Facebook. Why does Facebook think that my Facebook has not had a post on it since I think like I, I used it for business. So it had posts, but I haven't put like a me post out on Facebook since like 2019 or something like that, or 2020 when I changed my profile picture. I don't yeah, I just don't like the surveillance to tell everybody about my entire life and dox myself app. Like I'm good. All right, so we want to start up a new VM because we're going to be doing this inside of a VM. Select an ISO image, and we should have PicoSNES. There we go, the KDE. And then we're going to go with Linux and subsystem of Debian. And I hate that. There we go. Okay, finish. And we're going to go in here and we're going to do some setting changes. So if you're wanting to run PeakOS inside of a VM, right? You've got that baseline that you're working with there for Debian and whatnot, right? Then the next thing that you need to do, oh shoot, you know what? Let's record this. We're gonna make this into a video. All right. So if you're trying to run Debian or trying to run PeakOS inside of a VM, let me actually go back because we're doing this live, and so now I'm also recording this video here. So delete everything. Okay, new, and we go ahead PeakOS. I mean that part doesn't really matter, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab our ISO that we downloaded. Talk later. Got to finish getting around. Okay, have fun. Thanks for popping in. I love when my friends pop into my chat. Makes me feel good. Okay, so we're gonna do type Linux, and then I select Debian, and then 64-bit. Okay, and then base memory. I'm gonna give it roughly around 8 gigs, and then we're gonna give it 4 CPU cores. Enable EFI special OSs only. You have to have this set up. All right, and then I'm not worried about on the 10. Okay, hard drive. And then we're gonna give it 20 gigs because it's Linux. There's 20 gigs. Like you know what I mean? Like we don't doesn't need to be that complex, you know. So 20 gigs, VDI doesn't matter. Pre-allocate file size. If you do that, it's gonna take a long time for that to to update. You can sit here and give this thing 2 terabytes and just roll with it. And as long as it when it comes down to this, like when it's not a pre-allocated, what it's going to do is it'll slowly expand the storage up to whatever your max allotment is. So you can put 2 terabytes. Just know that if you don't have 2 terabytes of storage available, once you get closer to whatever your actual max storage is, you're going to be having some problems. So, you know, we're going to be doing this with demonstration. So we're going to look at it from this perspective. Alrighty. And then click finish. And then that's it. We have that special OS's part. We're set. Go ahead and click start. It's probably going to pull it up over. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, that's kind of. Where's my mouse? Because my mouse disappears into the VM. Where's my? There's my mouse. Okay. And then we're just gonna double click here. Slight problem. Why is it doing this? So yeah, anyway, so for the purposes of the video there, thank you very much for watching. Don't be afraid to dive on into the Rift. I'm gonna go back to my live stream. We're gonna name that, and then we're gonna figure out why the hell it just got set up like that. Let's see, that's gonna be this video. VLC is not gonna support it. Son of a monkey's uncle. I need something that supports freaking H265. Okay. Let's see. So that's gonna be 817. Okay. So this is gonna be Pika OS VM setup instructions. I'll come up with a way of naming it later. I'll come up with a way of naming it later. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in my transfers folder. And we're gonna do copy here because I have had problems before in the past where if I don't copy it, I have other issues. Alrighty. Now, why are we doing this? View. Scaled mode. Okay. And then F11. Nope, no, it's not F11. All right. So scaled mode, right? Now we're there. All right. The audio stream bit lower than recommended. What do you mean it's lower than recommended? Do I not have any audio? Or is YouTube just screwing with me? How's it going? Tawan? Dongray? I don't know. How do you pronounce the name there? Let me see. Is my audio not working? Because my audio bit rate should be just fine. Testing, testing, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. You have audio? Okay. Okay. Then YouTube is lying to me and they're horrible people. All right. Well, then we're good there. All right. Now that should be transferred over. And then we're going to throw this also into the active drive. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and delete this one. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and record the next video because that's what we doing today. Why is it? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Gatorade. So good. Okay. All right, so just to let you guys know how I do it when I do these live streams. Um, if we're doing like instructional type things or we're taking a look at stuff that I'm going to be making into a video, I respond to chat. I just might be finishing up whatever I want to say or doing a retake, and then I cut everything later. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the recording for this one. All right, so Pico OS has had a few changes to the installer. So I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look and see what's been done. If you've already, installed, Linux in the past, then you'll know how to get here. If you don't know how we got here, I've got plenty of videos showing how to create a USB. One should be posted up below right there in the tag. If I remember to put it in, I should remember to put it in on how to make that USB. And then it's as simple as just booting into that USB. If you don't know how to do that, I also believe inside of that video there's a thing. Otherwise, I'll put a something somewhere on the screen now because I don't know what editor me is going to do. Showing the hotkeys to press, so this way you can get to your boot select menu and go from there. But right now we're inside of a virtual machine, so let's take a look. We have the PicoOS live image. So let's click into that. That's the screen that you'll get to when you boot into that USB. It's going to show you all of the little options that are there. If you just let it sit, it'll automatically boot into this. If you click a button on the keyboard, it's gonna give you the other option. So install distro to system. This is going to be the first thing that we're interested in. There's a lot of fun stuff that's inside of here, but it's not really relevant. We want to get this installed. We want to play with it. So install distro to system. This is a beautiful thing. Still love it. Thank you guys so much for making that change. Alrighty. The password for the PicoOS is just enter. So if for some reason we were to lock ourselves out of it like this, we unlock, it's just enter. Or when we boot in, if for some reason we walk away and it times out while we're finishing the setup, because the setup is a two-part kind of setup thing. it, and it locks. You just press enter. It's great, which is fantastic because that also means that it works for me to just press enter for when I want to remove my password. So easy peasy right there. Automatically partition drive. We're going to go ahead and select our disk. Now I have a virtual hard drive because we're doing inside of a VM today. Needs at least 30 gigs. Wow, I too small. Hey, ran into that. Give me just a moment. We'll be right back. I'll rectify that. I was yeah. Haven't had that issue. That's a crazy one. 30 gigs. See, and this is one of those benefits to having not set a fixed drive size. All right. So we're gonna go here to storage, PicoS. And then let's see. I can't remember if there was a way to expand it right now. Yeah, we'll just remove it. It's not like it matters. We'll add hard disk, create. I wonder if I can. Yeah. Create. I'll give it 60 gigs. Finish. Alrighty. Okay. Start. She should run straight away. There we go. Nice and happy, nice and easy. Easy breezy, beautiful. PicoS. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. Catch up. It's a little chunky. This is why I prefer to do things on hardware, but we're having some issues with that whole situation. So once I can get my maybe we'll go over my build today. Maybe we'll do that because I need to add that to my throne so I can start as ad revenue and stuff like that comes in. I can start building that up. That's a good idea. And then I can kind of show what type of build I'm looking at. Because that's going to be so when I get my new computer put together, what I'm going to be doing is then taking the machine that I'm currently on because it's a great example of like kind of average hardware. Um, Especially because it's still inside the AM4 side of things. It's still inside the AM4 platform, which there's going to be a ton of people that are still using AM4 socket. So, uh, going through that whole process, then I'll be upgrading, and the new computer will actually be an AM5 with whatever hardware. We could probably look at that today. This way I can show that. But I do not go in and add anything to it. I make it like it's one of those things that I'm not comfortable with. So I haven't mentioned that I have it, but it's a thing called Throne, and it's meant so this way your community can crowdfund and whatnot. No, this way you guys can track and see what I'm doing. Please do not. If you wind up, if there's somebody that goes off and they're just like, hey, I totally want, please don't. I just wanna put money that I make from like ad revenue and stuff like that into that. If you want to support me, go buy one of my garbage t-shirts. I love my t-shirts. But everyone's merch sucks. So, all right, back to what we are doing. All right, so got that, resolved that problem. Oh, you can see my desktop in the background. All right, got that sorted. We're good to go. Now we know there's a limit of 30 gigs. I don't do this with VMs usually. All right, confirm installation. We've got BTRFS system. Yes is via sub volume. Partitioning method automatic. Swap zone. Yeah, that's fine. We're doing ZRAM. and we run through the installer. So as soon as this installer is finished, we'll go ahead and take a look at the next stages of PeakOS. Yeah. So, but if you guys want to see how we're doing at getting stuff towards the channel, there is the link in the descriptions below. So we'll put that together today. That sounds like a fun thing to do. It is a lazy Sunday. That's all that we're doing. It's just a lazy ass Sunday. And I am in so much damn pain. So we have two pits at my work that we can do oil changes in, right? One of them is old. It's from like the 1970s. It's old, you know. Yeah, I think it's from like the 1970s or early 80s, something like that. Um and so it's not as wide, right? And it's also a shorter pit, so you're crouched down even further. You don't get to stand up as easily underneath the trucks, and the light fixtures are kind of janky. And every time I go in, this pit decides it wants to beat me up. I will wind up getting cut in some way. I will wind up getting bruised. I have a bruise on my hip for like a week because I turned and smashed into one of the light fixtures. Um, and so today, which you can't really see on video, but there's a lump right here on my arm. There's a little lump. And it's because I turned and I was like, I'm gonna get out of doing one of these drivers' oil changes without getting screwed up by the pit. This is fantastic. I'm turning around to walk away. Smashed my arm straight into it. It was bright red. Like, anyways, that's that's my lovely story about getting screwed up by the pit. All right, we're done. Successfully installed. Let's go ahead and reboot the system. So, VirtualBox, I won't have to use you for much longer. And then we're going to go ahead and click enter and boot straight into that. All right. And now once it loads up, we're here at the welcome screen. So we're going to go ahead and go with the let's get started. Obviously, we have internet, so we're good to go there. We're going to go ahead and type in our username. And the beautiful part is they have also adjusted it. So now when you type in capitals, it autocorrects here. And then we're going to go with archiver VM. All right. And the password is going to be 1234. 1234. It's not 12345 because that's the same password that we use on our luggage. You get that reference? We're fine. Now, you can run the updates from right here, which I would recommend. So we're going to go ahead and run those updates. And once the updates are done, I'll be back with you guys. So, yeah. So that's where we're at. Let's see. No, I do not need an editor for my channel. I get these all the time. All right. Well, that was an easy email to deal with. My favorite one Oh, okay. So this this is my favorite one. Let's see, where are they at? Where are they at? So they go, this is I'm not gonna say from whatever. Um, and we are an online store specializing in safe, genuine software keys. With good fortune, we found your fantastic YouTube videos, and your audience seems like a great match for us. Therefore, we would like to cooperate with you for our products. In return, you'll get a profitable payments to cover content creation. If you are interested in collaborating, please reply to me at your best convenience. Can't wait for your early reply. So I respond back with, I would like to hear more. These are the emails I get, guys. And they go, hello, dear. Okay. Spelled DEER. Um, yeah, okay. Glad to receive your email timely. The specific product we'd like to promote is the PC software such as Office 2021 Pro and Windows 11 Pro. Good evening, Chris. We are now interested in we're interested in full dedicated 4-minute video. So could please let know if rate for this type of ad. This is the product, and they send me their Keys fan, video, whatever. Or link for Keys fan. And you can have look. After confirming the cooperation, I will send you a simple brief, and we will make payment through PayPal after we receive your unlisted video. So I don't know what to do when it comes to these, and I'm just like, okay. So I hop into Chat GPT and I go, this is the number of viewers I have. This is where we're at. I have zero interest in working with them, but I want to string them along because maybe I could make a good video with it. I felt like maybe I would. This is months ago. This is back in May, right? And we're almost at the end of August. So so I go off, and ChatGPT said, based off of the information here, in all honesty, you're looking at about $30 to $50 you could ask for a video. And I'm like, no. I don't want to work with them. So ChatGPT said, if you don't want to work with them, it would be recommended to at least try your shot at $300. Shoot, we'll go for it. Thanks for looking out, ChatGPT. Thank you for reaching out and expressing your interest in collaborating. After reviewing your proposal, mind you, they're talking about Windows keys. I do Linux content. After reviewing your proposal, my base rate for a full dedicated 4-minute video is 300 USD. If this aligns with your budget and goals, I had ChatGPT write this, by the way. I didn't type this out. This aligns with your budget and goals. I'd happily discuss the next steps to move forward with the collaboration. Looking forward to hearing from you. Best regards. Nope, no, don't time out the VM. Best regards, Moity. So they go, hello, Moity. Thanks for your quote. We are truly admire your influence and your creativity, and currently, quote might exceed our expectations. Would it be possible for us to discuss a lower rate of $30? Hey, ChatGPT was pretty dead on there, 30 to $50. $30 for a 4-minute dedicated video. This would align better with our budget because we are not limited to because we are not limited to this cooperation. If the cooperation, okay, is good, we will buy 4 more videos for every single month. In addition, you can show our sincerity to cooperate with you. We will also name 62 and 50% coupons. Also name coupons after your YouTube channel name for the name. for the fans to use to increase your fan stickiness. Please let us know if that would work for you. So then I left them on red for 2 days. I said, that sounds like a decent offer. Let me speak with my team I meant regarding that so we can decide if it aligns with our channel's direction. I make Linux content. Why would Windows keys align with my channel? On top of that, let's be realistic. We all know none of you guys, when you use Windows, are actually paying for it unless it came with your computer. Well, I'm not stupid. I ran I ran an I how's it going, Ravish? I ran an IT company. Or not IT company, repair company. I fix people's computers. I know what their computers look like. None of y'all are used. I could see how you activate your Windows license key. You know that, right? Like if I were to be creative enough and be like, hey, how's it going? People abandon devices. So then we would go to grab their license key so this way we can use them with, machines and whatnot and kind of reduce costs for people. Yeah, the license key isn't valid when it's not an actual license key when you use the terminal to activate it or something like that. I use activate activate Linux. I use Windows 11. Windows 11. Okay, anyways. So they said, no problem, dear. We will wait for your response. And I left them on red. I hope this email finds you well. 2 days later, I hope this email finds you well and your interest in cooperation with us. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like to, if anything that you'd need. And then 2 days later, hello, dear. Are you still interested in cooperating with us? Left them on red. I respond back. I said, sorry for the long reply. I haven't spoken with my team. I have been out sick. I know our channel is small, but there is more than one man behind the camera. It's me and ChatGPT. Uh, and they go, oh, thank you, dear. And then I left them alone for another 2 days. I said, while we are eager to work with sponsors, I had ChatGPT write this for me. While we are eager to work with sponsors that would fit the channel's demographic, we would like to extend our deepest apologies that our business is not in line with that your business is not in line with our mission statement. We are encouraging individuals to move away from proprietary software such as Microsoft Windows and its software packages. Thank you for kindly extending an offer. We wish you the best in future business dealings. And I respond back with Alan. This is the crap that I get. I had a guy apply for a job to work at my phone repair shop, but this I don't have a phone repair shop anymore. So if you had seen that in a video, great. I've always said I used to own a phone repair shop. I don't own one anymore. Also, why are you emailing me that? So I know what's actually going on with it. It's they email people and they're not actually in the United States, and there's a whole scam. um Pleasant Green had done something with that. Oh, all right. How you been doing, Ravish? All right, the system is updated. Now it's going to go ahead and go through and check to see if there's any drivers that we need. There's not. All right. So this used to be a little thing that was part of the welcome, which the welcome still exists. Um, oops, we're not going to change anything. This used to be part of it. It installs the codecs. Go through, install this because it's going to be something that you're going to want to have, especially if you're interested in content creation inside of PeakOS. It's fantastic. It takes only a couple of seconds for it to install things, but these are files like FFmpeg and stuff like that that have copyright. So they can't just be part of the package. Does that make sense? Like the actual installation media, you have to manually do it yourself afterwards. So yeah, so those are the types of emails that I get, and it's hilarious. I am getting over being sick, Ravish. So, I have been producing the finest of lung butters. um, so it's been horrible. It's been absolutely horrible. But yeah, so um, wow, we got a bunch of viewers that are popping in. Welcome on in, guys. We are doing a video that's going to go up on the channel later on after I have a chance to edit it, hopefully sometime within the next day or two. We've got a few videos that we're working on in today's process while we install and talk about PeakOS. So I appreciate everybody that's popping on in. Don't be afraid to say something in the chat. And I will absolutely, if you have any Linux questions that I'm capable of knowing the answer to, I'm happy to help you. Otherwise, we can try and problem solve it together. Sometimes that doesn't go so well. All right, so we have the multimedia codecs installed. The next thing, PeakOS gaming packages. This is going to be things like Steam, Lutris, Heroic Games. I think it also includes Discord in there, and maybe Discord's separate. Um, a bunch of gaming utils and different stuff like that. See, like Heroic Game Launcher was just there. Stuff that you're going to want. You want to play video games, right? This is Linux. We're all gamers here. That's one of the things that was holding back Linux all this time was the lack of compatibility with being able to play video games. And Lord Gaben came down from his ivory tower and said, I shall bestow upon you the ability to actually play something on this damn system. Also, I didn't want to be, beholden to Microsoft. If everyone wants to ask anything, the best mod is here today. I can take away the mod if you want. No. And I'm sorry, Ravish. Much love, but I think my best mod, hands down, is still Snow Mist. That girl manages to delete stuff before it shows up on my end. I don't know how she does it. Were you were laying, dude? It's wet. Why are you laying on a wet towel? I love you so much. No, you're fine. All right, so those packages are installed. We're set there, and that's it. The initial setup is complete. It's going to go ahead and do a reboot, and then we'll be into our happy new PeakOS system. That's just some of the changes that took place. It used to be a little bit, a little bit different. Um, they're working on stuff. They're doing a great job. I am just wildly impressed with the ability for the PeakOS team to just keep popping out reliable, good updates. Let's see if we can do 1920 by 1080 apply. Ha ha ha. There we go. All righty. Here we are. So this is the setup welcome, right? We already, system updates, open kernel manager. We can play with that type of stuff later. And then we can also install the extra utils. The next thing, real quick. So if you don't like passwords because you're like me, if you do sudo passwd -d and then your username, it will remove your password after you type in your password. All right. And there we go. All right. No, it's not another Debian skin. Actually, in my opinion, it is the best new user distro out there. PeakOS has Cache OS kernel underneath the hood. They've got a lot of optimizations specifically focused on uh, kind of making Debian not suck. It's a great OS. I absolutely love this distro. All right, that portion's done, and then device configurations, VR equipment, all that stuff. We're gonna go ahead and get that installed, which only takes just a couple of seconds here. It's not really that big of a set of packages. And then once we're in here, let's see. If you install the Microsoft fonts, because this is good to have. Uh, Other people can explain that better than me because my brain just completely forgot what we're talking about when it comes to the Microsoft fonts. No. PicoOS is its own beast. I'm actually very it's kind of like saying like um yeah, I Valve has done a great job at making it to where proprietary Windows stuff just doesn't. It's not the end of the world. One of the other things that's built in with PicoOS is the Proton Plus, so you have access to the Proton GE as well as the CachyOS Proton. Um, yeah, yeah. So the Glorious Eggroll builds are fantastic. And so are and then the CachyOS Protons, I believe, are built off of the using some modifications from Glorious Eggroll plus their own additional changes. Bottles sucks anyways, but that's a whole nother conversation. It has its place. All right. And then if you have any desire, these other options are in here. So if you do content creation like I do, you have the OBS install. Then you have, Kdenlive. Um, and then that's it. It's pretty cut and dry. The next thing, if you don't like this, because I am not a fan of this, if you right click, nope, we're not going to right click on my main one. If you right click here, show alternatives, you can switch this launcher. So this way you have the normal launcher. You have this nice, beautiful see-through background. Everything's nice and pretty. If we go in here, we have things like the Discover, which is going to be the Flatpaks side of things. And they have it seems to be running a little bit faster now, which is nice. The only thing that I don't like is we still don't have um, logos that are in there. And then it does run off of the apt um, command set. So sudo apt update. We're just going to go ahead and check for everything. There's nothing there. But if you were to do that at the end, then you have upgrade, but there's nothing to upgrade right now. So yeah, that's the new install process when it comes to the PicoOS. And if you watch the other video or watch the beginning of it, I don't know where I'm going to throw it. That's also how to do it inside of a VM. So this way you can play with it and kind of see what you're looking for. Yeah. See you guys in the next one. Don't be afraid to dive on into the Rift. All right. New Pika OS install process. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and throw that over into the transfers file. And we're going to go ahead and throw that over into the active data partition too. So yeah. Yeah, distro hopping, it really depends. I've got a lot of buddies that specifically stay just on one side of it. Do take into like on one thing. So I've got a buddy who's diehard Linux Mint. It's okay to be wrong. It sucks that he still likes Linux Mint. I can't do much to save him from himself. He is a grown man. I've got other buddies that only solely ever live inside of Arch. I've got another buddy that just loves being inside of Ubuntu. I can't save him from himself either. It's unfortunate. It's just how it is. Um, don't take content creators as the baseline for um for how the Linux community is. Ravish, I swear, we do not say anything when it comes to that. I'm gonna time you out. I'm gonna time you out. Linux Mint is not acceptable. No, wrong. Um, but content creators and all of this, we distro hop because there are a lot of moving parts. That tends to be where it is. Yeah, there are those guys that just stay inside of one place, right? Or there's things like I am always going to use KDE. I don't like anything else. I'm very happy with the KDE environment. Uh, but there's guys that do stuff and all they ever use is GNOME. Or there's other guys that all that they ever do is Hyperlin, So you're gonna find, those types of things that we kind of stick around. But content creators, that's our job is to make content about Linux. There are changes that are happening over on Nabara right now that I would love to talk about. I think Nabara is doing a great job. There are things that are going on with just Arch itself, like it's been being DDoSed the past couple of days for the AUR. Things like that, right? So don't take content creators on my side of it, don't take us as how people usually are. Does that make sense? People tend to be, distro hopping until they find where they're really just happy and say, you know what, this is where I'm going to be. And they don't tend to move from it. Well, I mean, there are so many, so I think it is normal. Yeah, it's normal for content creators for us to, or people that like to test. Like there are people that distro hopping is just the thing that they do. But if you look at the vast majority of of Linux users, at least from the base that I have, a lot of my friends don't leave the environments that they're in. They're happy. They know how that works. They know how the command set works. They understand that. They might load up a VM and play with something, but they tend to kind of not want to mess around with things. Linux, at least in my opinion, is completely stable if you're not someone like me that fucks with it. Linux is completely stable as long as you don't fuck with it. As long as, sure, packages, updates can come out that break things. If you're on Arch, that's going to happen more often than not. But if you're also a diehard Arch user, you're also fully aware of it's going to break. When we're looking at things, there's a lot of people that never leave Linux Mint. Again, they're wrong, but that's just the nature of how things work. People want familiar, right? It is not comfortable to constantly be hopping. And this week I'm running Fedora and I can't accomplish XYZ because I don't know how to fix this particular bug or this particular problem that's going on. And then next week I'm, running, NixOS. It's not, you know what I mean? Like that's not what most people want to deal with. Most people don't want to distro hop. Actually, we got NixOS. Hell no. See, can we? Let's see. There we go. Let's, Ravish, I swear to God. I will be working on the Gen 2 thing again. We'll probably be doing it in a VM. I put a poll up. So if you use Linux, do you distro hop? You started to grow a neck beard. I I am lazy. That's why I have a neck beard. No, my clippers are broken. So I mean, let's also be realistic. I work, a full-time job doing overtime because I work a labor job, right? So I spend plenty of time in overtime. Then on top of that, I do content creation stuff, but I also am a full-time, husband, a full-time father, a full-time grandfather. Like I got, you know, yeah. I have another grandbaby on the way. That's going to be fantastic. I've yet to uh, you know, see where that ever will end. Using Linux without distro hopping isn't using Linux. Yeah, yeah, Ravish. I have three grandbabies and one on the way. So yeah. Yeah, that little girl that comes up and wants to hand me something or ask what I'm doing when I'm on streams and we're like playing video games, or the guy that sits behind me when we're playing video games, that's my granddaughter. That's my son-in-law that sits behind me. So yeah. All right, so far we're at 100% yes. I not much I can do about me being wrong. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. My name doesn't, my name doesn't also have the word pirate software in there. So apparently my opinion is wrong. Uh I am really overusing that joke so much lately. I am really overusing that joke. I've got to stop. I need help. I have been on a stint of being proven wrong lately. The past, like, 2-3 days. Yesterday was the worst of it. Where I was wrong about I was wrong about Nvidia. That's fine. I was wrong. In fact, actually, I got called out by Matt's Creative. Fantastic guy, Matt's Creative. Go take a look at his work. He might even be live right now. But yeah, go take a look at his work. Fantastic guy. Um, and yeah, he goes off and he's like, no, this stereo or this belief needs to end, stereotype, whatever. um it's inaccurate largely when it comes to NVIDIA XYZ, and it's like, that's fine. That's fine. I stand corrected. That is perfectly fine. So, but when it comes to Linux, where it's like you have a bunch of people that are saying stuff, and you have all of these different opinions, what are you supposed to trust? Like, what are you supposed to believe? Because I've got six people that are telling me different information all over the place, and it's largely, opinion based. I gotta go with the data that I've been presented by people that I trust, not my buddy who uses Linux Mint. I don't take his opinion. I take his opinion on a lot of other things, just not. I'm calling you out, Club. Anyways, let's see. this live stream is probably rather boring because all you're hearing is my ass talk. So music.youtube youtube.com. There we go. All right, it's gonna get loud real quick. I'm sorry.
I love my daddy because he is very awesome and cool, and I am thankful for him feeding us and taking care of us and being our dad.
All right, so that should be. Hopefully, my voice isn't. Hopefully that's not too loud. If you guys don't know the artist that is playing in the background, this is Malcolm Horn. He's also known as Music Man 1017. I absolutely love his content. Okay. 80%. We dropped down from 100% yes down to 80% yes. So I'm not horribly inaccurate. There's at least one other person. I can justify my opinion. Oh. I would love to get Kleb in here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that should work. That is not horrible at all. Maybe turn it up ever so slightly. That's a bit too far up. Let's see if we go down just a tad. We're just going to go down a little bit more. I'll adjust the audio. Don't worry. I think I'll adjust it. Ravish, why do you keep deleting your own comments, Ravish? 83%. Hey, look, somebody that disagrees with me has voted. Shh. Nobody asked your opinion, Ravish. nobody asked you. Nobody cares what you think. Okay, so the reason why I keep focusing on well, you know what? Here's a second. The best mod opinion matter. It's okay, I'm the best YouTuber. I've changed ever since I became partner. Freaking I was in Virtual Ghost chat the other day, and that's all he kept talking about was he's just like, Moity, you've changed ever since you became partner. But dude, I've been partner for like 4 hours. What are you talking about? All right, all right. So we're gonna go ahead, throw that there, throw this here, throw this here. Let's go ahead and have a conversation real quick. I have been using multiple distros. We have gone from CashioOS and Arch. We had originally tried Manjaro. We've been on just Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Fedora, Bazite. We've been Nabara. We've been down the line with every single possible distro out there. And the real question is what is the best beginner friendly distro? And I'm probably going to get lambasted somewhere in the comments for it, which is why the comments are going to be off. They're not going to be off. But for this video, what I wanted to focus on was what is the best beginner friendly distro? And I have to say that I agree with quite a few other people that have this opinion. And I've been thinking about doing this video for a couple of days now. The best option, honestly, is PeakOS. It's fantastic. When it comes down to PeakOS itself, when it comes to the setup, the installation process, holds your hand very nicely, but doesn't make you feel like you're being treated like you're a 5-year-old. When it comes down to the welcome screen, it provides you with all of the options. This is the thing that you see when you first get in and start up. Show on startup. It's still ticked right here. Show on startup. It shows you where the option is for update my system. So you can go ahead and launch this. It automatically does your APT and your Flatpak packages. It has options when it comes to doing your printer support. It gives you control over your kernel. So if you're in here with the PeakOS kernel, you can set what schedulers you can download, whatever updates you want. It runs off of the CashioOS kernels. So it's well tested and has good teams behind it. Recommended add-ons. You go in here, you have options for just installing everything from codecs that you need to the software that you have. So like we have Heroic Games Launcher, we have Steam. You have all of that available to you. If you're in content creation and you just want to get started, you have access to some fantastic tools that are there. And then you have access to a wonderful Discord community who is just always there and pleasant to deal with, which is fantastic. I just love everything about it. Then on top of that, you have access to Flatpaks. So if you wanted to go off and install something like Google Chrome, which I can't remember if Google Chrome, yep, there we go. You have access to the Flatpak for the Google Chrome side of things. It's just a great system. Oh, good Lord. Getting over being sick. The wallpaper that I have there, Nur, is the let me go ahead and pause my recording. The wallpaper that I have there, Nur, is from the PeakOS distro. You can get the PeakOS wallpapers right here. Copy link. Paste. There you go. Where is Waldo? That is a good question. Not entirely sure. Oh, wait, is it the bald man? The balding man? Anyways. How you doing, MD5? Oh my god. I am just dying today. Wait, MD5, how are you in here? Shoot, I forgot to set this to members only. Oof. had me for a second. uh, I have two members. One of them is Flamer Gamer, and the other one is Virtual Ghost. Why those two decided to they damn well know, like, the members only thing was set up just because, okay, fine, whatever, I concede. Actually, I didn't even set up the members only thing. You want to know who set up the members only, or the not the members only, the members side of the YouTube stuff? It was Ghost. Ghost set it up so this way he could he could become a member. I'm like, guys, it's literally a feature I'm not going to use. The one feature that I actually want to use has been a pain in the butt to get working. Is just to have the merch shelf at the bottom. This way, you guys can go grab like a coffee cup and stuff like that. Like, yeah, no. The thing I actually want, I have to actually have a phone call with Google because things aren't working right and something's broken on the account. Hey, 70%. Hey, look at that. We're at 70%. We're at 70%. Means 30%. There was 10 votes. That means 3 of you have said that you don't distro hop. Just rewrite it in Rust. All right, give me a second. I want to. Where was I at? I was talking about that. When it comes down to the package side of things, for PeakOS, everything is on it's kind of the Arch kind of equivalent because it's not on the stable branch of Debian, but because it's Debian, there's a lot of stability that comes with it. It's really, really hard to break PeakOS. The only thing I've ever done that I found that I was able to break PeakOS was because I had done something wrong when I was setting up virtual machines. Because PeakOS is inside of Debian, it has a very well-known command set. So anything that you possibly could want to do, you can do it. If it's doable inside of a Debian-based system like Ubuntu or Linux Mint, whoever wants to use Linux Mint, regardless, if it's doable inside of those systems, it is nevertheless entirely possible and a viable solution. PeakOS is where I'm pushing to try and have more new users go to because I think it's a pleasant experience. Also, I mean, take a look at these wallpapers. Like, there's just the options on wallpapers here. Let's just enjoy these for a second. Like a lot of love and oh, that's such a cute one. We also have the Sven one. Okay, I'm gonna get myself. I'm gonna cause myself some issues here, and we're gonna go down the rabbit hole again of all of the beautiful PeakOS wallpapers. But regardless, I'm very happy with it. I think it's the best place for a new user to be in, um, just hand down. CachyOS is great. Bazzite is great. They both have their value. But when we're pushing a lot of new users to go with Linux Mint, we might as well push them to go to something that has modern packages because everything's out of date. Wayland doesn't even work inside of it. It just doesn't. You can make the arguments of, oh, well, this and this and that. No, I don't care. The argument's kind of invalid when, I think it was Matt's Creative actually pointed out in a video the other day that the calculator is from like 41. It's like it's old, it's outdated, it's arcane software. And when we have something that is very new user focused, very gamer focused, content creator focused, like towards how kind of most of the modern Linux users are, that's nice and seamless and easy and holds your hand, but lets you be a grown adult where we're not sitting there having to be inside of an immutable system. I, Peak OS is fantastic. So that's my vote of where I think new users should be and what's the best, Linux distro. for new users, it's great. It also doesn't do what I've had a problem with Pop! OS. Pop! OS was at one time a great example for new users, and I had a problem where it would cause issues with dual booted systems, right? You got to take into consideration, Windows users may want to move over and start playing with it, but they don't want to lose their system. I had issues where Pop! OS caused issues with the bootloader in Windows, and it would um, cause Windows to hang while booting, then offer me Pop! OS. But Pop! OS was uninstalled months ago. So it's just, this is beautiful. And then on top of that, it uses the Refine bootloader, and that's just a beautiful bootloader. It's more modern. It kind of has a little bit more of a Mac type feel. It's great. So if you're looking for a new user friendly distro to go off and use, my recommendation is Pico OS. Yep, pointed to a dead entry in the table. Yeah, and it constantly did it, and it would want to default to a dead entry. So my computer would reboot from doing an update, and I tried to update the entries, and it just wouldn't go away. It just wouldn't. It was still there. It's pointing to a dead entry inside of the table, and I reinstall something, like I go off and install Arch Linux, and right there inside of my grub list is Pop! OS, and it's like, dude, I haven't had Pop! OS in like a year. What's going on? Had to go through and wipe every single drive and just start fresh. I didn't know where it was at, and it was Pop! OS. That's the only one that would do it. No, PeakOS does not, at least as far as I'm concerned, as far as I was aware. No, PeakOS does not. You have full access to the system. MD5, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, no. You have full access. Yeah, you're not locked off with anything. It's not immutable. I play with so many distros. No idea. So yeah, those are the videos for today. They're all PeakOS related. Um what is the best distro for new users? Also, we can bring back the music now. Yeah, no, yeah. No, PeakOS is not an immutable distro. It does run off of I am trying to remember that word because I was trying to say it during the video. It runs off of SID. There we go. That's it. It runs off of Debian SID. So that is the one thing that I would say is kind of the downside to it. Is, there's the chance that you can break stuff. But the team does such a good job, and they're very responsive. There's a reason why they are the tag on my Discord username. Or they were. Oh, did they remove that? Whoa. Adopt tag. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened. We're back. I've got the tag back. There's a reason why they're the tag on my Discord profile. I'm very, very happy with Peak OS. So I'm very, very happy with it. Yeah, it's real easy to migrate from Ubuntu to other distros. You just uninstall Ubuntu and install the new distro. What do you mean by migrate? Because keep in mind, I distro hop for videos and content. So when I talk about distro hopping, like when I go from that perspective, right? I've got my why is that not? I need to fix that. Give me a second. What the hell? Sudo pack man. We gonna fix that real quick. All right, go here to my disk. Edit mount options. Press OK. We're also going to make sure. Okay, there's my Windows install because we had to throw back up a new Windows install. Edit mount options. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's my Windows install, which has jack shit on it. I don't even know how do we get to desktop INI. We got download for that and DaVinci Resolve. Then eventually I'm going to make that video. But when I do that, I have that's what I had that pulled up for. When I do this, I have my Steam folder, right, which has all of my Epic Games and GOG stuff already built into it. I have these transfer files, and then on top of that, I have, where did I put it? I was just playing with it yesterday. My desk is a fucking mess. Oh, here it is. And then I have multiples of these, right? So these are just Rust drives that I use for storing any of my backups. So there is the one that's over here, which is out of reach. There we go. And this is all everything pre-2025 and up, and it's 2 terabytes worth of videos, and it's almost full. So once that gets done, this is just for Moiety files, right? And then this is all of my personal files that are just backed up on a drive. And then that one, because it's personal files and it's not Moiety files, this is all encrypted. So you gotta take into consideration there's that, plus these transfer files. So I've got 2 sets of drives. This one is 2 terabytes, and this one's 1 terabyte, I think. Actually, no. Where's the other 2 terabyte? Got the other 2. I've been reorganizing my desk. So me moving to a different distro literally is just reinstalling everything on my base drive, right? And I reinstall, or I install the distro, and then everything that I need is on other drives. Not everybody has that luxury. So you're going to have to go through and grab a USB or make get a NVMe caddy and plug it in. And thank God it's NVMe based. You swap between Windows and yeah. So, do that. Or As another example, I've got this drive, which I figured out how it died, right? Um, but for that drive, there are backups. We have this drive. We have this drive. We have this drive. We have, where's my other one? I don't know where the other one is. But those go inside of an NVMe caddy, and I can load up or grab whatever files I need. So I'm not in that type of situation where I, have too much of a nice flex, bro. It's not a flex. There's the aspect, right? I've said this multiple times in multiple live streams and videos. I had owned a repair shop that failed. This is just, stuff that, once the business closed, I just happen to have a lot of, leftover garbage. So I threw away the garbage, and I've got a bunch of drives and stuff like that I can throw shit into. I lost my livelihood, but at least I have NVMEs. Yeah, can you make sure that you back up that drive, please? I don't want everything to disappear. Yeah, no. So it's not really much of a flex. I lost my livelihood. I went into horrible amounts of debt, and I have 3 backups. Thank God. Okay, good. And then the mental crash. Like I'm here, I'm doing okay now, but like that entire like situation, I literally, my wife just found me crying sitting at my desk. Like I broke. Like I was an expert in my field. I worked with, people that are far more advanced than I am. And I have the pleasure of them, or the joy of them saying that I was the good one. Like, yeah, I lost everything. But I have NVMEs, so that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. 67%. Heck yeah. All right. Excuse me. This is members only content, sir. Yes, I lock in my mental trauma of losing everything I had and crying at my desk because I mailed an iPad. So that was just the day that I broke. My family, I make so few mistakes in that line of work, right? With like micro soldering and repairing chips, or like replacing the RAM on top of the CPU of like an iPhone. I make so few mistakes when it comes to that my family just they would cling on to any little mistake that I made, and it's like, that's fine, that's fair, that's fair, like it's cool. So, they like to hit me whenever they get a chance. So, but like I literally sent from Florida to North Carolina an iPad that I had replaced the charge port on, forgot to put in all of the screws, didn't plug in the battery, didn't tape up the screen, didn't seal the screen, like didn't pull the ceiling. Like I taped the frame, but I never pulled the ceiling. Just mailed it straight to the customer, and the customer's like, what the fuck is this? And my wife's just like, hey David, like la la la, what the fuck did you just do? And I'm like, huh? And she's like, it's okay, one of our techs is up there right now, so he's gonna run and fix that. But like, and thankfully he has extra screws with him because he was working on another job that was up there. But like, because I had, multiple states. But like, what the fuck happened? And I'm like, no. And then the tech got there and he sends pictures and everything. And I'm like, I just looked at the pictures inside of the group chat and I was done. I had been so overwhelmed and so stressed trying to keep a business surviving that it just broke. Great IKEA phone repair service. That's funny. That's hilarious. Oh, and then I had also sent her back. I sent this customer someone else's freaking phone. Like, there were so many mistakes, and it's like I was just overwhelmed. And it's just, just the stress of years of never stopping. We're talking like working like 90-hour to like 110-hour work weeks where like I'm falling asleep under my desk in the shop and stuff like that. It's like, it's just, I was done. I was done. All right, let's do something fun. Let's do something. I'm dedicated to this idea now. Let's see. Here we go. And then we're going to do this so I can put the links in there. You know what? Before I dox myself, maybe there's a smart way of doing this. Okay. Now we're set. I use Kali Linux. You're done, buddy. What was it? It was as what's it? What is it? A Black Arch, right? Is that? Yeah, Black Arch penetration testing distro. There you go. Get on my level. I I know that this was a thing. Mainly because I used to use Kali a lot in college. Anyways. And Black Arch came out, and I was like, hell yeah, brother. All right, so first things first, we're going to do AM5. AM5 CPU. All right, so what is a good in a price range that I can afford within the next like 76 months? It's a good CPU to go for because I know I want to be on the AM5. I'm really liking that. 7700. What's the 8 core versus 12 core? I mean, Windows 11 supported. I don't care. Okay, so processor only. So there's no. But here's the question is with that 12 core at 170 watts. Give me a second. Wait, according to reports, former and current AT&T customers may be eligible for $7,500 following a proposed $177 million settlement over major data breaches, including those that exposed 73 million accounts. What the fuck? Anyways, okay, back to what we were doing. What's the thermal on that? It doesn't come with a cooler. So I'm going to assume, because we're looking at 170 watts. How much? Home. I think that's it. File is too large. Frida. We're going to click save on that for right now. Cancel. New. Okay. So we can get this. And then we're going to go over here and text. And do, yeah, live. And we're going to change it to dish red. And we're going to put it to good bam. And we're going to click save. And then close. We're going to come over here. We're going to do dish. And bam. And then right click. Layer style. Outer glow. Just the outer glow. Shabam and shabam. There we go. And then the last thing, layer style, beveled, and then contour, and click OK. And now it's all fancy. File, export. And then it needs to be a JPEG. And save. And OK. All right. And then no, we don't want to save it. All right. Now we come back over here. You're right. Newegg bad. But order from Amazon after looking at Newegg. Good. All right. Let's see. Pictures. And it should be, there we go. Save. Bam. Now we are no longer drawing in people off of the false promises of PeakOS. Okay, so ow. I don't know why I said ow. That didn't hurt me. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Do we do a white build? Oh, look at that. Oh. What's its normal price? Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Okay. I had one white motherboard, which was the first one that as this machine has evolved. I got it from a buddy. His computer was done. He You know, he had upgraded. So he was done. So he gave me, you know, his motherboard, gave me the CPU. I needed to get my own RAM and GPU and power supply and all of that, but I had the motherboard and the CPU, so we're steps ahead. You know, we're in there, gang. We got this. And yeah. Oh, I don't need to have my stream copyright. Oh no. Oh, what songs have we gone through in the list here? Ah, son of a. Okay, okay. I need to put my headphones on so this way I hear music and okay. So yeah. You're right, but they do show up in fast fetch. Give me a second. Let me edit my fast fetch command and I will prove you wrong. Listen, it's under the desk. I don't ever see it, but I mean it's a white. It's so pretty. Cause you know I'm doing a video when I put it together. Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing AMD. I don't do Intel. Not a damn chance I'm doing Intel. Okay. The reason I do AMD is because that's all I could ever afford. And I stuck with it. Do you guys know how bad AMD was in the early 2000s? Do you have any idea how abysmal AMD was? But guess what? I could buy a CPU from them for $100. So I did that. And then Ryzen came out and it was beautiful. And it's like I could still afford to buy the CPU. Okay, that's wrong to say. I couldn't afford to buy the CPU because I had a buddy give it to me. But I mean, I coulda. Like I coulda. All right, so we definitely don't do anything with ASRock. Fuck ASRock. We have Gigabyte or MSI. The only reason why Wi-Fi matters is because it usually comes with Bluetooth. Can't relate. What do you mean you can't relate? Wow. Wow. Yeah. Wow. All right, so what size build do we do? Oh, 2000. Yeah, because you're probably, you know, well, you're in India, right? So there's a whole different, you know, yeah, there's a whole different like set of everything there. Hey, listen, I work on semi trucks and I'm a nerd. I definitely can't sing. I can still enjoy it though. Uh I'm assuming that's what you meant by mid. And then, you know, having smoked 3 packs a day, that's why, you know, 3 packs a day for like 5-6 years until I switched over to vaping. Yeah. No, like my voice is shot. There was a time when I could sing. I destroyed that for myself though. Because I'm an idiot. Let's see. Do we go with a smaller? No, 2000 being year 2000, not not 2000 USD. Shit, man. I bought my truck that lasted me a decade and is still driving around. It still is around town whenever I'm back up in the Carolinas. Every once in a while, I see it. Um, and I bought that sucker for $1,400. Yeah, an 18-year-old truck. It didn't last me 10 years. I think I had 7 years on it, but still. With 2000, you buy a GT 710. Yeah, I'll stick with my F-150s. I'm pretty happy with my F-150s. And I'm talking about the F-150s from the 1990s. All right, all right, all right. So, see right here. There we go. Well, okay, so we run off of NVMEs. Is there an option for M.2 slots? Number of memory slots. We want 4. I'm gonna apply that. Is there an option to set like? Because I want more. Oh, I want more NVMe slots than just 2. No, we're gonna keep this. Okay. So my budget is currently nothing. So here's the thing. This is how I do it. We finally went to YouTube partner. Thank you guys again for all of the hard work and putting all the views into it. We're almost to having full partner where we have ad revenue, which is what our channel end goal is here. What we're doing is we're putting together what we're going to slowly build. So I have a throne over here. Do not donate to the throne. I cannot emphasize that enough. There's nothing I can do to stop you, but please don't. So we're slowly building up this. So we're going to start with CPU and motherboard. I'm going to put all the parts in, but we're starting with CPU and motherboard, right? So you can come over and see the throne so you can see how my progress is going and see how much that ad revenue is helping. That's how we're building this. So as things go on, if I don't, what is this? Spandex. Why? Like, I get this. International Snapbox. I totally get this. I get this. When did we get to Spanx? Why is this a thing? No. I didn't mean to click that. No. I wanted to delete it. Anyway, we're good. There we go. Disney villains pet. Yeah, we're good. Purchase the Spanx. I am not purchasing the Spanx. That's not a thing, Ravish. That's not happening. Spanx now. That's all I'm gonna get is Spanx. What happens if I refresh? Do I get more Spanx? Do we get more Spanx? Popular gifts. Nope. We don't get Spanx there. What about the next? We're gonna go down the page. Okay. Nothing. Nothing's gonna. So, anyways. Okay. So, I'm trying to build within a budget that makes sense, but something that's going to be solid because the current computer that I'm on right now, we're sitting here with a, CPU, Ryzen 5600X, 12 core, which is why we want to be on the 12 core. That's why we ended up doing that because we don't need to go down in performance option. Radeon 6800 discrete, 32 gigs of RAM. I used to have 64. The other ones died because I will never ever buy Corsair RAM again. I reached out to them with all of the sticks, and they just basically told me to shove it, and I'm just never gonna buy Corsair again. So with that 5600X, so I had a 1700X, right? And it died. And I was like, oh. And then I was on Facebook Marketplace, and a lady had an unopened I sent the box with another buddy of mine's. So anyways, it had the sticker on it. So I was on Facebook Marketplace looking to see if anybody happened to be selling it, and I saw the 5600X, and it said like $50. And I'm like, this is totally a scam, but I'm going to reach out and find out. Turns out Amazon had sent her, when she ordered some type of like banana hanger or whatever, because she was a real estate agent, right? So she was trying to get stuff to kind of like class up houses and kind of, make them, a little bit prettier or whatever, add on to things. So she would order little stuff that she would take around with her in her car, and then just kind of, stage, I think it's called staging, stage the house to, kind of make it more appealing. And they had sent with a banana hanger, you know, a 50, 600X. And she's like, well, hey guys, how do I return it? And Amazon told her to keep it. She showed me where the screenshots from it. Amazon told her to keep it. And she goes, I'm just going to donate it to the, over to the Humane Society. And people won't, for the life of me, people won't trust that, this is real. She's like, I don't get it, but maybe it's underpriced. So then she was like, I looked up how much it cost, and she's like, yeah, I'm very underpriced, but like, it has no value to me. So if somebody's willing to do it, it'll wind up in the right hands. Well, my hands were the right hands for $50. That's how we got that. Yeah. Still using the 710. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. If it does the job, it's good. You know what I mean? So I want to turn this machine into a machine that I can do more of the Linux content with, which is why we also have this capture card, because hopefully it'll work. This capture card is also in the list of things that I have to get. So this way I can then capture, what goes on the current machine that I'm using as we use it for more Linux content. So my cat is still sleeping at my feet on a wet towel because the AC window unit that I use is, yeah. Minecraft's 100 FPS pretty good, by the way. Yeah, and then if I just do it as Black Arch, so we used Kali Linux in college. And for the life of me, I'm going to be honest with you, I can't remember any of the command sets. Sorry, taking a look at what time it is, because we got family dinner, so I got to do a little bit of cleaning around the house. Okay, back to the thing. So yeah, so if you see thrown in there that in any of my videos, that is literally intended only for the purposes of me letting you guys see what I'm doing. That's it. So, it was a part of the channel at one point in time because my buddy Virtual Ghost, go take a look at his channel. He does a fantastic job. And he does music content and stuff like that. He pushed hard for it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not. I want to make money off of advertisers. Do me a favor, watch advertisements. Not right now. We're still not on that level of partner, but we at least got to the super chats and stuff like that, which is great. Or, even with that, like the merch that we sell, right? So over at shop.moiety.com. Here we go. The merch that we sell, which I don't know. Oh, I working on getting a bunch of stuff. Oh my goodness. Thank you. And that will go towards, towards that. I realize it's, 20 something cents, but it's still fantastic and I love it. Thank you. Every single time, every single, penny counts to me. Uh First super chat. No, my first super chat was Virtual Ghost. I don't know why he did that, but yeah. Every penny counts, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Anyways, that means the world to me. Anyways, so like this stuff here, right? Because I don't like making money off of my audience. But I want to offer some type of merch. We've got more stuff. I'm fighting with Google trying to get ad revenue or the merchandise shelf working. So I'm trying to go with stuff that's not controversial or could piss them off. So we've got the Orion, which is my cat who, we got he's a big member of the YouTube channel. He's right here, my little buddy. So this is his face made into a constellation on the shirt and everything. The money that I get from that, 50% of that actually goes to the Humane Society. So yeah. 20 million impressions. So yeah, so like I'm not a fan of it. So advertisements all day long. Also, thank you for that. That's so that's fantastic. What is it? Let's see if YouTube will actually update. Because I know Ren, but I don't know it that much. Yeah, 23. I wasn't too bad. I was not that far off. 23 cents US. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's a lot. You got to remember, I've got family that's from my sister-in-law is from India, so I know U.S. money goes a long way there. I love vegetables. Oh, me and vegetables are I love vegetables. Oh, she sent us oh, I threw away the box because we ate them all. Those what the heck are they called? Um, cause she sent us some Rocky. So I got Rocky. Um, in So I work with semi trucks, so I don't wanna mess up my Rocky. But she sent us what is it? It's I think it's 1-800 gift portal or something like that. Yeah. No, come on, load the Rocky thing. Here we go. She sent us that dagnam it. These the Kaju. I love these. That whole thing. They're so good. Oh, so yummy. Dude, stop. You're good. Oh wow. He yeah, I brought it up to 69. Yeah. We got we got Rocky. So yeah. I would tie it on myself, but it's really hard to do that. Here we for my behan. I will I'll put it on. Come on. There we go. Listen, it doesn't. Listen, every single. Oh, that's overwhelming. Anyways, gotta sleep. Elixir, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Get some rest. Ugh. So yeah. Anyways, she sent us Cashew. And that is my. I put it on upside down. I put my Rocky on upside down. There we go. It probably twisted while I was using my damn teeth. There we go. I don't really think it's really got much of an upside down though. It kind of spins. Anyways, I loved the elephant one that she sent. But the elephant is too heavy. So it kept flipping around. So I was like, "Hey, I can change it, right?" It's like, yes, you can change it. I'm like, okay. So, for those of you in the chat, last comment, why did you redeem it? Redeem what? Why did you redeem what? I don't get the question. I'm so confused. I don't. Okay. Why did you? Okay. Is this something that's gonna get me demonetized? Am I gonna get a channel strike because it? Why did you redeem? Oh. It's a Kitboga thing?
Ma'am, listen to me.
Why did you redeem it? I know this.
On the back of the card, it was just
Please
saying that
listen
you
to
can-
me.
You can get cash out of it on the Google store. So I went to
I love
the
Kitboga.
play.google.com. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm typing it in there. So I have almost the whole. I don't know if you're saying anything. I can't. I can't hear you. I think it might be because of the. Let me try to call you back quick. Let me try to call you back. Hold on. So I'm gonna. I think I can get the.
No. Whoa, wait, ma'am, no. You don't have to do that. Ma'am, you don't have to do that. Why did you redeem it?
Ma'am, listen to me.
Do not redeem it. Matachods. Anyways. So sad, but so true. Anyways. So for those of you in the chat that don't know what this is, it's a Krishna tradition. And so it's there's the story behind it. Krishna, who's kind of like a demigod. Don't quote me because I'm not perfect when it comes to that. Was it Damon? Anyways, he was injured and she tore part of her sari and bandaged up his cut with part of her sari, and like that became like a tradition for like a bond of to protect each other. And it's common for sisters to give them to their bai, or to their behind the what is the word? Their sister-in-laws is one of those things that's common now too, which is just kind of like it's a promise to protect each other, you know. So that's what that's from. My my family thankfully has largely avoided getting scammed by people, um um with the exception of one of my sisters. But it was they didn't get very far, and she was like, wait a second, David, can you fix my computer? I think they got into it, and I got the computer fixed. They should scam UK people. They stole a lot. Okay, so anyways, off of all of the self promo and talking about that type of stuff. Okay. Even Indians get scammed. It's, you know, it's just disgusting. It's just make your damn money honestly, you know? Like don't why hurt other people? Like I just don't get it. Yeah, we horribly slipped away from the main topic, which is talking about the computer build. And now I have a Rocky that I didn't tie properly, so it keeps slipping down my wrist. Okay. Okay. So also my camera is out of the cat's probably screwed it up. Okay, so nope, part of my head's being cut up. Okay. So like Narendra Modi. WhatsApp message. You won 1 lakh spin. It takes advantage of desperate people. And it's horrible. It's horrendous. But you know, people in the United States do it too, so it's disgusting here too. So let's go with Ryzen 9000 series here. So this way we roll things down a bit more. Do we want to go with a standard case, or do we want to do like an MATX? Like what size do we want to do? Do we want to do ATX or MATX? If we do MATX, let's just cry for a second at how high the price goes. Well, no, if I do MATX, then we don't have more NVMe slots. Gah! Pizza box. Listen, I had a pizza box PC. I had a pizza box PC one time. There was a short somewhere caught on fire. The grease went up fast. It went up fast. It's the same motherboard, but white. I don't think it has any M.2 slots. No, it's got one right there. One M.2 slot. But see, like that's not enough because for all intents and purposes, this slot is useless. This slot means nothing. So we can't even put the capture card in it. So we have to go with ATX. We have to. No. Okay, we have hey, we got two slots. We got two slots here. And then we have usable slot, useless, potentially useless, and then capture card slot. Everybody else following with that? Yeah, white's expensive, and it's because of what they have to do to make it white. There is a reason behind that. Ooh. Okay, so we have a dual BIOS, right? Oh, we have we have a flash BIOS, so if the BIOS crashes, then we have onboard, which doesn't benefit us at all. And we have 1, 2, 3. This is just not enough USB ports, though. I feel like we have to go full size ATX, which is really sad because there's a lot of great regular, a lot of great MATX boards. Yeah, it's garbage IO. It's garbage IO. It's complete shit. There's like that doesn't even need to be a thing. Like, why is that even a motherboard in 2025? Not what I wanted. Here we go. Like this. Look at this. Display port, HDMI display port. I'm not grabbing a G series board, so that's useless. Then we have USB 2.0. We have a USB 3.2 with Q flash. It's great, but then we have two, and then we have a proprietary Wi-Fi dongle. Like that's like you just fuck off with that. But that's not useful to me at all. Your ISP blocked 0x0. Jeez. All right, so we got to be in ATX. All right. Got to be in ATX. MD5 is voting for Gigabyte. What is okay between MSI and Gigabyte? Why are you saying Gigabyte? What's your affiliation? Keep in mind, I have a Gigabyte board. Me looking back to see what my box says to make sure I wasn't wrong. Okay, so like specifically related to Linux issues or no, just the hardware. Gigabyte's been pretty good. All right, what are we looking at here? Let's see what IO we have. USB 2.0 all the way across the top. We got a DP, USB 4 DP, both there. Or two. What is this? And then what is this? What is this? I'm not really. If anything ever goes wrong with my antenna, I have to then buy from them. I'm not okay with that. What if I want a different antenna? And we're back to their proprietary antenna. I'm just, yeah. You lost me with that. I still am not a fan of this. I don't see a need for, but that's okay. We have flash bios. Okay. $10. Okay. And then, okay. See, this I'm fine with. This I'm fine with. And then 2.5G. I think that might be the best option. What are we looking at here as far as the... We have an NVMe slot's going to be here. An NVMe slot's going to be here. And then we have our main, and then we have a single by itself. So then we have no expansion. Oh, okay. There we go. We got this little guy down here. So we could potentially throw in... Let's take a look at other information here. Non-ECC, yeah, that's fine. Sports, Expo, B650, okay. Ah. Yeah, and the proprietary fucking Wi-Fi, no. Because here's the thing. So I like to be able to have my Wi-Fi antenna is like on a long string and like magnetically connects to the bottom of my desk here. I don't use Wi-Fi. I use the Bluetooth. And so like that's having it, my desk is made out of metal. Having it work, yeah, I just... MSI is going to be probably my best answer because it looks like they don't play stupid games with the... Which is sad. Tomahawk. Oh, but I don't want to spend that kind of money on a fucking motherboard. $200. Yeah, and their laptops are complete trash. I will agree with the laptops are garbage. All right. Over here to our wonderful world of... And keep in mind, stuff like this is going to change. So I'm going to focus on CPU first. Why is it cheaper? I'm going to go with this. Ships from sold by Amazon. Okay. Yes, proceed. I bought and gave it away to the neighbor's kid. Yeah, every MSI laptop I've had, it's just been has been garbage. I will agree with that. All right. I just don't want. I just don't see. I'm not a fan of liquid coolers. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna move past that idea. I don't need. What the hell? Hear me out. Hear me out. I got nothing, but hear me out. Okay. That's a good idea. Noctua, though. The only reason why I would say Noctua, and it's purely because you can reach out to this company at any time and get a different mounting bracket. I'm leaning. And I want the brown. We want it to be brown. Brown matters. It's got to be classic Noctua. Okay. I don't. Did we get the X3D? Was that the X3D? 7,900. No, that's not the X3D. Liquid cooling, we have to replace it like every 2 years. I need your input, MD5. Okay, I need your input. Okay. Would it be better to go with the X3D, especially with the I/O ports on that motherboard having that output, and then I can dedicate only, so use the, because the GPU side of that of those chipsets is independent. It runs by itself. The only thing it affects is going to be like the L2 and L3 cache, but otherwise it sits dormant doing nothing. You also get 3 times the L1 cache. What's the price difference, though? Because I'm building within... Because I'm building within the concept of GTX 750. Shoot, what is that website? There's a website that's really good for stuff like that. If you join over in the Discord, Elixir, then I can at you once I remember what the site is and let you know. What were we talking about? 9800, right? X3D. Ugh. Yeah, that's versus the price on this is that's 354. That just takes up the cost and the build so much. Like we're ad revenue wise, we're not making that kind of money anytime fast. I'm going to be throwing in my own money that's not just ad revenue. Look at the wattage. Yeah, but 96 megabytes of L3. Eight cores, 16 threads versus my 12 cores, though. $120 Oh yeah, there is that concept. Because this is 170 watts. I don't have to upgrade, but we all know that I have a problem. It's called an addiction to buying computer parts. So, like, let's be realistic here. I'm gonna throw this one away. I'm gonna leave both of them in there. Everybody put $1 on the one that you think I should get. I'm kidding. Okay. All right, Mobo CPU, and now we have to do a cooler. That's going to be AM4 liquid cooler. Buck Corsair. Never heard of that. NZXT. Fuck NZXT also. That might be one of those scenarios where I actually need You think the Kraken 120 can hold up against it? I can boil an egg on the top of the cooler. That's gonna be such a bitch to install. I gotta be careful with what case I throw for it, because that's just gonna be. I mean, fuck it. Because then when we go to pick a case, we're just gonna have to pick a case that's like a Lian Li or something like that. The benefit is we don't need any. Oh, you're fine. Hey, we're at 69% on the yes. We're on 69%. That means a few more people. We're at 31% believe that, you know, that don't distro hop. Come on, guys. I'm trying to get it to be the majority. This is unfair. Okay, so we're gonna go with an NVIDIA. 16 gigabytes. Aces can fuck off. So we want a pony. You do not want a pony that's that expensive. That pony can fucking die in a creek. That pony is not. Nope. That pony is nope. Or the price any different? Oh, that's not even available. This is gonna be a black build anyways. I don't know why. Well, we also need to go with something that's you know, sold and shipped by Amazon. A gigabyte. The reason why I'm going with the sold and shipped by Amazon is because the chances of it being still somewhat around by the time I get to this absurd dollar amount. I should have started adding these to my list or to the cart. Yes, MD5. I am looking at the NVIDIA side of things. I am going to go suffer through the NVIDIA side of things. I know. I know the benefit though. The benefit is that if I decide that the NVIDIA side of things isn't working for me on a normal basis, I can just swap cards. I know, but I got into an argument over the weekend. No, we're not doing that. We are gonna try and do the NVIDIA card, but I'm also gonna go with the 9000 series, AMD, and that's what I'm gonna buy on first. So I was gonna do the 9700. I know, but at the same time, here's the thing: which one do you think's more accomplishable? Do you think I can get the XFX card before I can afford the NVIDIA card, or can I get the NVIDIA card before I can afford the XFX? Because this is 490, and this is 419. It'll probably go down in price. Okay. And then we're going to name this best GPU, because it can't just be GPU. Dag nabbit. Edit? Can I edit and add crowdfunding to it now? Yes. Okay, there we go. I mean, that one I probably can pay. I could probably buy that one off the bat. Easiest. Can't beat open source drivers. I already got into that argument over the weekend. Or over yesterday. We're not going down that road. We're not touching it. I'm gonna keep my little PP out of that conversation. It is too small to fight that dragon. Okay, so now 1200 watt PSU, because at this point we're Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Look at that. Be Quiet 169 for a 1200 watt fully modular 80 plus gold. Why scroll? Why scroll any further? 600 watt PCIe 5.0. PCIe. Look at that. Perfect. Didn't even have to go far for that one. Add to wish list. Paste. Next. Allow crowdfunding. PSU. I just love seeing that chat revenue. 69. One. That's just great, Two. Thank you so much, Elite. That just means the world to me. That's awesome. Okay. DDR5 RAM. Crucial. We are never buying anything other than Crucial. We will start off with 2 Expo. What about white? 152 for the 64 gigs. I just threw up in my mouth. Okay. Well, we've done a lot with 32 gigs, and I didn't think we were going to get there, so. Nothing. Here's the thing. I have been running Crucial in all of the new builds, and I have yet to have an issue. Corsair can suck it. Corsair can just suck it. I had for them, and then this is not a mid tower. Not a mid tower. Okay. Paste. Next. Oh, great. It was only 3 videos. I'm just going to have to replace audio for 3 fucking videos. Or three songs. Yeah, I'll go to prison too, Ravish. What are you talking about? I know what happens to people that do that. Okay, guys, we're at $2,031. That's not including other potential costs. Look at the bright side, though. Look at the bright side. I don't have to pay for Microsoft Windows. So what I have to do is I have to go through and download all the music and then just do a playlist locally. It's been a process to accomplish that. No, we're not forgetting it. We're not forgetting it. It's gonna be a long tail. It's gonna be a long tail. All right. Save for later. We're going to remove that from the list. Oh, look, it's a lot easier. It feels better. Even though that wasn't part of the price, it feels better. It's there. Oh, man. I need to get a brake job done. Well, you know, it's not the worst thing it could be, guys. Oh, plus shipping and tax. See. It's not even part of the full. If I sell my kidney, all right, I've got solid kidneys, okay? I sell my kidney. If I sell my kidney, not allowed to have credit cards. It's not haram. No, that's not the reason why. We had credit cards. We filed bankruptcy. And then COVID happened. We had filed bankruptcy. We had built up our credit. We were in the 700s. We were doing great. And then, yeah, we had money that was on credit cards, and COVID happened, and I lost my job, and that all got fucked too. No, kidneys don't get affected by that. That's my lungs. It's not going to change anything there, MD5. The doable is where I'm currently at. It's the current computer. Actually, we want to go with doable. The whole purpose is to have something to show the concept of gaming on Linux. Let's kidnap the Linux Mint guy and sell his. Why did you go so violent? So quickly, you went so violent, so fast. Rev can sell to a grandma for 10 grand. Trust me, my kidneys are fine. I get tested on a bunch of stuff. Split 50-50. I can sell my balls even. No, God. That reduces the chance of cute children existing in the future. And that is not an acceptable trade for me to have a computer. It's just not. Have a good one, MD5. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. Just pay me well. I don't have money to pay you. Currently, I got 69 cents. You want that after I pay the taxes on 69 cents? We'd be left with like 30 cents. Does that work for you? Okay, so we can drop the power supply down to like an 800 watt. No, because I want the expandability in the future. Yeah, this is just currently where we're at. You know, if we get, since MD5's gone, if we get rid of his X3D recommendation. Never mind, MD5's still here. My bad. My bad. It was away. No, it'll actually get you your watch time flagged as not legitimate views. Okay, well that's where we're at. It'll take time. It's not the end of the world. I'll be able to get it eventually. Oh no, there was the other conversation of more affordable answer. If we go Well, let's see. I select I want integrated. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. I mean, this wouldn't be a horrible answer. I mean, it's soldered on chip. Like, it's not like we can upgrade it, but it's got. And it's running with a A745, which is similar to the 84, 83, something like that. This might be a better answer, for at least for temporary. You know what I mean? Because then later on, I can use it for. I'd have to look deeper, but at least I can kind of have that idea. I mean, I could do an Intel Nook too, though. You know what I mean? No, because then that no. Well, it still doesn't resolve my issue because I'd need a capture card plus the computer. Well, you know, regardless, regardless, it wasn't too bad. We've done a stream for about 3 hours now. So, just not too bad. Yeah. I think we're getting towards the end here. The end result is I'm wrong with the status of how many people actually distro hop, which is fine. Let's see, Pirate Software's live, so that's a no-go. Let's see what we got here. $2:15 in the morning. Like that. Good Lord. All right. Well, I guess that's the end of my my stream. We're gonna go ahead and send the all of 2 people that are watching over to something random with Linux related. I'll see you guys in the next one.